The first step in using Spkwith is connecting it with your analytics engine. So in this case, we're going to use Amplitude as an example. So let's click on connect, and here we can see the data being pulled from the Amplitude and give a quick overview of all the user journeys that this customer is already using. So let's click on booking flow, and here you can see more detailed breakdown and how the retention is dropping through each step in their booking funnel. So here's teams can set up different triggers to monitor different steps within their user journey. So for example, we want to look at booking form being abandoned, so step number 3, which cohort of users we want to be targeting. So we can look at mobile users, desktop users, or just all the new users. And then the condition that we want to trigger, so drop in 10% compared to the baseline. So Spkwith is going to analyze the traffic in the specific step, look at the events that users are taking, and then based on observed user behavior, it's going to generate optimized surveys to understand why this specific drop is happening. Okay, so let's set up the trigger, and we can set up as many triggers as we want. And now we can see after some time, as users are using the platform, this trigger has been executed, and we have generated a survey which has been delivered to Slack, Teams, WhatsApp, whatever the team is working. So only thing we have to do, click on generated link and see the survey overview. So here you can see this particular survey has been compiled into 4 steps. Of course, we can click, edit, change responses, and change the languages as we want. And then see the survey configuration, how it's being deployed to the users. So as you see, we're going to be targeting new user cohorts. This duration is going to be for 14 days. And then these are the events that are going to be triggering the survey. These are optimized using the Spkwith engine. So when a form validation error happens, when the exit intent happens, a user is trying to leave the funnel, or if there's just an idle page for 30 seconds, we're going to display the survey to the user. Here you can configure deployment destinations. So in this case, as a user completing the surveys, he's going to fly into Slack, and then in Amplitude, all of the process events, and of course you can add as many delivery channels as you like. Okay, let's deploy the survey. And here we are taken to the customer website, so we can go through their booking journey and experience a survey firsthand. Okay, so as we are going through their customer booking flow, we can see the events being sent to their analytics engine, nothing out of the ordinary. We click on the hotel and we start checking in the customer. Okay, good. Primary guest name, we're just scrolling down and this looks interesting. Strange. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Something is strange. And you see form field confusion event is being triggered, and then that immediately served the survey to the customer. So we notice you went back from the booking form. How was your experience? It was frustrating. So it felt frustrating. What got in your way? Terms and conditions were confusing. Which specific part caused the most friction? Terms and conditions. This is broken, guys. Submit feedback. And that's it. This is how we deployed a highly optimized targeted survey to the demographic that's experiencing the drop-off within the booking funnel. So here we can view the dashboard, and basically this is an overview of all the results being processed. So we can see the response rate is 31%, average rating 2.3. The results are being sent to Slack and Amplitude, and these are some generated statistics. This is what we call the Y signals. So we can basically the top friction points are form complexity, terms and conditions, technical issues, the sentiment, and all this data is of course being sent to Amplitude in a dedicated cell, so you can correlate what data is happening and why this behavior is happening side by side. And then of course we generate recommendations ordered by different priority and what kind of impact it would have on the booking journey. So for example, we have priority 1, simplifying booking form, clarifying terms and conditions, fixed form validation. And if you do that, this should result in 26% conversion increase, or increasing the stickiness of your booking flow pipeline. Thank you for watching.